Alright guys, so this is my next video here. So basically what I'm going to show you is how to counter everything that I was showing in the video I made about how to win every fight. Because that fighting style of just like being extremely defensive and baiting, it's really hard to beat, especially as a new player. You really don't know how to go about beating some sort of fighting style like that. So today I'll show you two things that you can do in order to disrupt um, that type of play style. Now, if you're fighting someone who fights in the way that I showed in my win every fight video, then that the chances is that they're a really high level player. And if they're fighting like that, then what you want to do after that, after you see them using this style, if you see someone dodging and you see them doing this and they're just abusing the heck out of that, you know they're a good player, right? So the only way to really beat that is with two things that you want to do. So the number one is feint, and number two is delays. So first of all, if you want to beat someone who is playing that way, you yourself, you want to have this in your arsenal. Like, so go watch my win every fight video. You want to be able to do that stuff, right? Because if you can't do that stuff, then it's going to automatically put you at a disadvantage, because you need to have a knowledge of like how to stop all of that stuff, right? Like, you need to know how to do all of that junk. So to get back to, the delays and the feints. So if you want to beat a high level player, and if you yourself have that same ability to be able to do the defensive mechanics where you're doing all of that, where you iframe it just to get up out of there and then punish, like if you want to be able to beat someone else who is fighting on that, you yourself need to have that same knowledge level and that same sort of caliber on defense and opening, like knowing when to do what. So you have to have that first in your arsenal. But let's say you're both at the same skill level and you both are able to do that. The only way to really beat this fighting style is to you yourself to always like uh make sure that you're delaying your attack, so that way they can't like make it super easy to read, where it's not just a sprint fest of this and then like waiting and they're just like dodging around you and whatnot. That's like the best way to go about it, is to make sure you're delaying yourself. So here's what I mean by that. So right, if you're doing something like that and then you go later with your sprint, or you do something like that and then you charge later, and you see what I'm saying, like that's the best way to throw somebody off, is to just delay your stuff a little bit, or like just don't be predictable. You have to switch up your timing, right? So if you do something like this and you always like do this into this, which is the quicker one, then they're going to get used to that and they're going to be ready to dodge that or clash right there. So if you do something, then just sprint and then tap. So that's what I mean when I say delay. So you have to kind of throw off their timing, or you do something like this and then you immediately charge into that, or you just go straight into it, right? Now, so that's pretty much delays for you. You can delay any attack after your first attack. So if you throw this, you can do it pretty late. Like you can like even like do a little shuffle like that. Like you can do something like this. Like that's the best way to defeat people. So like you can like charge behind you and then bring it back in front of you. You can like play a mind game with that. Um, that's one of the things you can do. And then what I mean by feints is you want to feint everything, right? So you never want to just like just if you double charge, just feint. Like you never want to be the person that's always like trying to be stupid aggressive, right? And you always want to be sitting in blue focus. So just feint everything that you throw, so that way you can get them to bite. Because the first person who bites the bait is the one who's caught. and who's going to, like, if you let a focus attack go like something like this and you whiff, man, you're getting punished after that, because like after you throw this attack out, your next attack can't come out until like you have to dodge, right? And if you dodge, then they can tech chase if you didn't time it right. So like if you do something like this, you need to get up out of there, right? So you just have to be really, really prepared and not be the person who's biting onto the bait. So that's pretty much the delays for you, and like the mind games that you can do with stuff like that. So like you can aim it at them, throw it behind, and then like go into like something like that, right? And then like bait them with something like that. So you just have to be creative with that part. But let's talk about animation canceling. So if you want to beat a player who's really good, so delays and switching up your timings and whatnot. Now, um, but animation canceling, if you throw any light attack, you can immediately animation cancel with your dodge, right? So that's the best way to do it because you get an iframe. So remember, if you watch my win every gunfight, you'll know about the difference of the properties of those two, and that's really important and everything. But the reason why this is so important is because if you really, really want to be able to win every gunfight or counter every player, even high level players, then you're gonna want to have it in your arsenal. And this is why I still say you should have a melee weapon with a ranged weapon in your arsenal, because if you do any sort of dodge, right, you can switch your weapons in between the two without any like weird like thing. So you can like charge and immediately go into your attack, right? If you master this, right? Now it's pretty easy. It's not at all hard to do. Like literally at all. You can literally just do it. And you can also do it with sprints too, right? And it's pretty easy. And this is the sprint animation one. So that means like you can like shoot a shot. Oh, hold on, I messed it up. So you can like shoot a shot, do a sprint one, and then go immediately into your attack. Now notice how that was a sprint this version. So you can do something like this, shoot a shot, and then immediately go into a charge, or you can like shoot a shot and immediately go into your crouch. So you can like do something like this. I messed it up, but you get the picture. Um, like that. You can do something like that as much as you want. So just keep in mind that if you are trying to play and beat everyone, whenever someone is in blue focus, or if they're like constantly just dodging, then the best way to make sure that you're always having the life lead whenever they're doing all of this crazy stuff, the best way to beat them is to simply stay out of the pocket and then just like attack them a little bit. And whenever they get scared, they're gonna want to press you, right? So then you push back in, and then you get back out of there, and then you go crazy, right? So that's pretty much how you counter players who are being like that good, and you hit them. Say you dodge again, and you just keep doing that. Now the weapon that it works the best with is obviously going to be this, because you get the most consistent damage. So let's say you hit them with something like this, get up out of there, shoot them while they're down, while they're running away. You press in, do a little bait, all right, something like that. Do another bait, another one, and then shoot them again. And then maybe do something like that. You see what I'm saying? So you really want to mix in your ranged weapon, because the only way to really stop someone when they're iframing or blue focusing is to actually shoot them. Because whether they're iframing or whatnot, and if they're blue focusing, uh, they can tank the hit, but they still take the damage. Okay, um, so just keep that in mind, that they can still, like, if they're running at you, right? Then you don't want to exactly be in their face, right? You don't want to like be in their face while you're shooting them, and they're running at you with a blue focus attack. So that would be pretty dumb. But at the same time, remember, you can iframe and then immediately switch your weapon. So like you can be shooting him, iframe, and then you're ready to like counter or dodge or throw a light attack and clash or whatever it may be. So just keep that in mind, that if you're shooting, you can immediately charge it like that. You get what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to get used to that. I'm shooting, and the moment I dodge, I just switch my weapon in the process of doing the iframe. Right? Now you can do it with a sprint dodge or the iframe dodge. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. So those are the best ways to counter a player who is high level. You have to delay, so you throw your first attack, or you do something like this, shoot him a little bit, charge it again. Just you have to be able to be creative, because if you don't like switch up your timings, they're gonna like dodge perfectly whenever they know you're about to let something go, and they'll start punishing you. So if you do delays and like you throw an attack, you delay it a little bit, or you throw it behind you, that'll throw them off, and then you can do something like this, and then that'll you can see if like they went for the parry, and if they went for the parry, then you can do something like this and immediately punish. So you could throw it behind you, and then like instead of going for the move, so you can hit them, throw it, and then immediately punish, right, by doing the dodge attack like that. So and that'll give you a punish, or you can just simply and double charge it like that. So you can like throw it behind you and then do something like that, or you can just like kind of do it like that, so you can hit them, throw it again like that if you want. It's up to you, and you have full freedom of like what you want to do, so you don't ever have to like be like worried about it, because you're just trying to bait them as much as possible in order to get them to react or take the bait, right? So if you can like, I mean, bait the heck out of this move, then like you can like do something crazy with it, right? Like that. And you can do it in their face too. So and you can do it like that. Like I mean, like you just be creative and like charge it and then bring it back. You know what I'm saying? Just be super super creative, and it doesn't really matter what they do, because like you can like do it and then like just kind of aim it sideways a little bit, so you can like 1 2, and then like you see what I'm saying. So you don't have to completely turn around. You can like do it and aim sideways and come back. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. Just you really want to incorporate that into your gameplay. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you guys for this video. Um, Enjoy it, use it to counter high level players. It's the only way to really do so, or just outsmart them and get them to take your bait. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this video. Thank you guys for watching.